How is it going? I hope everyone's doing well, and thank you for tuning in this video. Today, I'm here with my WWE Royal Rumble 2021 pay-per-view. Let's go ahead and dive right into things, which of course started off on the kickoff show, which featured the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships being defended. Asuka and Charlotte Flair defending against Nia Jax and Shayna Baszler in a TLC rematch. Although this match was fine, not much to it. I thought their match at TLC was better, honestly, but not by much. It's just a tad bit better. Charlotte and Shayna immediately locked up, which led to Nia Jax and Asuka locking up. Excuse me. Pretty much for the majority of the match, Nia and Shayna dominated over Asuka until Asuka got the hot tag on Charlotte. Charlotte hit a double natural selection, match spilled to the outside, ended up hitting a moonsault onto both Nia and Shayna, which, one of my main gripes when wrestlers just stand there waiting for a spot to happen. And that's exactly what Nia and Shayna did. For like 10-15 seconds, they just stood there where Charlotte just slowly climbed to the top to do the moonsault, so I thought that was pretty stupid on their behalf. I wish wrestlers would improvise or just do something to occupy their time rather than just stand there waiting for spots to happen. But it is what it is. Pretty much back in the ring, Ric Flair comes out to distract Charlotte. Doesn't really work. Charlotte locks in the figure eight. Lacey Evans appears at ringside to disrupt the figure eight. More shenanigans leads into more bullshit. Essentially, Lacey Evans ends up hitting the woman's right with, I believe, Ric Flair's Hall of Fame ring on. I'm not really too sure, but Rick gave her something to put on her hand. Hits Charlotte with the woman's right, which leads to Nia Jax hitting a leg drop on the back of Charlotte Flair for the 1-2-3 to reclaim the women's tag team titles with Shayna Baszler. So new women's tag team titles, new tag team champions, I should say, within Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Expected it. I didn't expect Charlotte and Asuka to have a long title reign by any means. So it is what it is. Not too sure what they're doing with this Ric Flair, Charlotte, Lacey Evans thing. Not sure why Ric Flair is all of a sudden just addicted to Charlotte. I don't really know what's going on. Hopefully it's not Charlotte and Lacey Evans at WrestleMania. That should definitely happen at Elimination Chamber or Fastlane. Definitely not WrestleMania, but we'll see where it leads. But yeah, new tag team champions on the kickoff show. Like I said, the match itself was fine. And then, of course, going to the main pay-per-view, which opened up with the WWE Championship match. Drew McIntyre defending against Goldberg. Right from the get-go, before the match even starts, you know, McIntyre hits him with a huge Glasgow kiss, followed by a spear on Goldberg, and then they go to the outside. Goldberg then reverses the tables, throws McIntyre into the steel steps, spears him through the barricade, throws him back in the ring. Then the match starts. Goldberg goes for a spear, but McIntyre ends up actually hitting a kick to, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a Claymore, but McIntyre just ends up kicking him in the chest. Goldberg sells back, which leads to McIntyre hitting an actual Claymore on Goldberg. Goes for the pin, but Goldberg then kicks out. McIntyre goes for the Claymore again, but Goldberg counters it into not one but two spears. McIntyre kicks out of it. Goldberg hits the jackhammer on McIntyre. McIntyre kicks out of that. Then Goldberg once again goes for a spear, but McIntyre counters it into a Claymore for the 1-2-3, and Drew McIntyre defeats Bill Goldberg. Honestly, it was a very fun sprint. You know, it was only about a 2.5-minute match, and it was exactly what it needed to be. It was just finishers, and ended up with McIntyre defeating Goldberg cleanly, so I had no problems with it. Probably Goldberg's best match since his match with Brock at WrestleMania 33, honestly. So yeah, I didn't have an issue with the match whatsoever. It was exactly what it needed to be. It was short and sweet. Afterwards, Goldberg was saying that, you know, you passed the test, and had the most awkward hug and like kind of like passing the torch moment with McIntyre I've probably ever seen. So it was a very weird, awkward aftermath. It just seemed like Goldberg was very like against what he was doing. So I don't know, maybe that's just me. It was just rubbing me the wrong way. But yeah, like I said, I had no complaints with the match. It was exactly what it should have been anyways. From there, I'm going to the SmackDown Women's Championship. Sasha Banks defending against Carmella in what was another TLC rematch. I thought it was a good match. Not on par with their TLC match, if you ask me, but I still thought it was a solid match nonetheless. You know, Carmella doing some great character work in this match, I thought. You know, the one spot she did where she did the suicide dive on the outside and just completely nearly snapped her back in half. Man, that was dangerous, but kudos to her to pretty much brushing it off. I thought for sure she was going to be done, but she just got back on her feet. You can tell her she just powered through it and threw Sasha back in there. So kudos, like I said, to Carmella for working through that. But back in the ring, they had a pretty good back and forth match for the most part. You know, Sasha going for the frog splash, but Carmella getting her knees up for a great cradle pin for a near fall. They had some great trading blows back and forth, some great submission blows. Just some really good wrestling, I thought, you know, kind of playing off their TLC match. But I felt as soon as this match started picking up, the match just kind of came to a halting end. Carmella locked in the code of silence, but Sasha got out of it. Carmella hit a fantastic super kick on Sasha Banks when she went for a splash. But then towards the end, Sasha Banks ended up countering into the bank statement. Sasha had no choice but to tap out, which led to Sasha Banks retaining the SmackDown Women's Championship. So, like I said, good match. Not on par as their match from TLC, if you ask me, but it was still a good match nonetheless. And of course, from there we had, actually, I'm not really too sure when this happened. It might have been after the Rumble match, but we had Bad Bunny's performance. I didn't really care for it. It was what it was. Then we had the 2021 Women's Royal Rumble match itself. And I will say, it was very fun. It piled up. We had a good amount of people in the ring. I think when the first elimination happened, from there on, we probably didn't have an elimination until probably like 13 or 14 entries later. So we went a good little while with the ring filled up with a good amount of people, and we had a good amount of surprises at that as well. Naomi was number 2 in the match, so she made a return. Tori Wilson's in the match, which I think she's been a surprise, and I think all of them, if not probably majority of them so far. Victoria was a nice surprise. It was good to see her in the Rumble match. Jillian was, just funny just for the giggles, I guess. Alicia Fox, she was considered a legend, and she actually won the 24/7 championship. R-Truth actually came out during the match thinking it was his time to be in the Rumble, but he made the mistake of, he made the mistake of, oh, I thought this was the men's Rumble match, the women's, but then that led to all the jobbers coming out, and then, Alicia Fox ended up pinning him. So Alicia Fox became the 24/7 champion until she got eliminated, and that led to R-Truth pinning her to win the championship back. So R-Truth is the champion, but it didn't matter because then Peter Rosenberg later on the night, yes, Peter fucking Rosenberg, ended up winning the 24/7 title. So they might as well burn that championship at this point. Whatever, but yeah, Alicia Fox had a nice little stint in it. Billie Kay, I thought she was tremendous, even though she didn't do anything at all really in the ring. Her character work at ringside, trying to pick up the person she wanted to enter the ring with, I thought she was phenomenal. Billie Kay definitely needs to be pushed to the moon. She's an excellent character. So she definitely was phenomenal. But of course, the person I thought was the MVP of the match, Bianca Belair, coming in number 3 and putting another stellar performance. Last year she looked phenomenal, and she definitely picked up where she left off last year and had just another phenomenal performance here, especially her interactions with Rhea Ripley at the very end when it came into her. When it came down to those two, I thought they had a great final exchange going back and forth, and especially even with Charlotte, when Charlotte was part of the final 3, I just thought it was great. When Nia and Shayna got eliminated, they got pissed off and tried to. It was kind of funny because we came out in the final 4. Shayna and Nia got pissed off, like I said, and they got eliminated, so they came in, beat down everybody, and just left for no reason in the match, like just picked up like nothing happened. So that was very stupid, but it was what it was. Carmella, they tried to do the thing with Reginald where Carmella got eliminated and he would catch her, but then at, some point it didn't work because he got distracted and Carmella ended up getting eliminated because of him. So it was a very fun Women's Royal Rumble. I enjoyed it. I thought it was a good consistency of, competitors in the ring. Like I said, we had a good amount of people. We had one person get eliminated, which I think was Shotzi Blackheart was the first person, which we had a handful of NXT talents in this match as well. But she got eliminated, and then we didn't have elimination occurred until a good little while. Like I said, it was probably like 14 entries or so after her that got eliminated, until someone got eliminated. So we had a good amount of people. We had probably about, I don't know, at least, I want to say more than 10 people in the ring for sure at one point. So yeah, a very, very cluttered Royal Rumble, I thought, but it was very enjoyable. I thought it was very fun, especially towards the end. I thought the, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte, and Bianca Belair did fantastic in their final 3, and then like I said earlier, Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley had a fantastic ending of the match, and of course, as always, Bianca Belair ends up eliminating Rhea Ripley to win the Women's Royal Rumble match. So I believe no one's surprised. I think everyone had Bianca Belair winning, and man, I won't bullshit you. The emotion she had showing after, you couldn't help but feel for her and be very, very happy for her. So I'm very happy for Bianca Belair. She cut a hell of a promo afterwards. You can just feel the emotion spilling from her. She's just in tears. She couldn't even form words. She was so, emotional. So very, very happy for her. If I'm assuming, she's probably going to pick Sasha Banks. So Bianca Belair and Sasha Banks at WrestleMania sounds fantastic. And I'm very excited for that. And like I said, very happy for Bianca Belair, and it's very well deserved. And, honestly, WrestleMania, it's going to be a sink or swim. This is going to be her calling, and, it's going to be a big time for her. So very excited for her and Sasha, assuming that's the match. And, yeah, very happy from Bianca Belair to win that. And then from there, I'm going to go to the last man standing match for the Universal Championship. Roman Reigns, of course, defending against Kevin Owens. These two continue to beat the holy fuck out of each other, and they did no different here. These two, man, they spilled all the way up into the Thunderdome, into like the screens where all the fans are at. Freaking Roman Reigns threw Kevin Owens off the freaking thing again, through the tables, killing him once again, because they're pretty high up. I want to say they're at least 10 feet up, so it was a pretty far drop for Kevin Owens to go down. They went back into the backstage area where Roman Reigns ran over Kevin Owens with the golf cart, which was absolutely fucking hilarious because Roman Reigns literally came out of nowhere with the golf cart and ran him over. I literally was dying when it happened. I thought it was a fantastic spot. Kevin Owens is beating the shit out of Roman Reigns at one point as well. Roman Reigns is, sporting blood in this match. These two just beat the shit out of each other, and it really was a last man standing match. And I thought Roman Reigns' selling was on par. His character work, since being a heel, coming back at SummerSlam, he's been on a whole new level, man. And he's really come to his own, like I just said. And yeah, he's phenomenal. He's phenomenal right now. And I thought he used fantastic match with Kevin Owens. Love the spot where Kevin Owens handcuffs Roman Reigns down to the point where, Roman Reigns can't get up because he's handcuffed down to the post. And the referee's counting. And the referee's at 9. Roman Reigns, being the smartest fucking man in the room, pulls the referee into the post and knocks the referee out. So he can't count to 10. Because Roman Reigns, he can't get up. He's handcuffed down. He has no chance of getting up. So his only way of preventing himself from losing is to stop the referee. And that's what he did. So Roman Reigns, smartest man in the room. And although this match is phenomenal, it almost got ruined because of the finish. And it wasn't anyone's fault, really, besides Paul Heyman, I guess. So another referee comes out. Referee's counting. And Roman's still handcuffed. But then Paul Heyman comes out. He's trying to uncuff Roman. But they can't get it unlocked. So the referee's counting Roman out, right? Then all of a sudden, the referee just stops. Just stops. Out of the blue. So you're like, what the fuck? So they clearly fucked it up, but it's understandable. But at the same time, they, again, need to improvise. They need to improvise. They should have had Roman knock the referee out again or something or what. But just came out very stupid. Without a doubt, though, the spot of the match was, Kevin Owens setting Roman Reigns up on a table, getting a forklift, getting on top of the forklift and elevating it, and hitting a swanton off of the forklift through the table on Roman Reigns. Phenomenal spot. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, Roman Reigns, after just beating the shit out of each other, getting hit with a stunner from Kevin Owens, getting hit with a spear, you end up spearing Kevin Owens through the goddamn LED board, for Christ's sake. These two were just beating the shit out of each other. Roman Reigns finally locks in the guillotine onto Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens fades away, passes out, and Roman Reigns retains the championship and is announced the last man standing. So, yeah, incredible last man standing match. I thought it was amazing. Honestly, probably my favorite last man standing match from WWE since Edge and Cena's from Backlash 2009. So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with that last man standing match. And like I said, Roman Reigns definitely is run of his career by far. Absolutely amazing performance with Kevin Owens here. So, yeah, match tonight if you ask me to as well. And of course, go to the main event, which was the men's 2021 Royal Rumble match. Edge and Randy Orton starting things off, of course. And the match I thought was fun. It was enjoyable, especially towards the end. I think that really what made the match. We had a few surprises, I thought. The main surprise, which has been a rumor for almost 10 years now that he's going to be a surprise entrance in almost every single Royal Rumble. Carlito, who looked absolutely jacked as fuck, might I add. So it would not surprise me if he was a mid-card champion sometime this year. It wouldn't surprise me if WWE tried to re-sign him after seeing how jacked he was in this match. Damian Priest, he made, I guess, kind of not his debut because he was on Raw and SmackDown in 2019 and, that Survivor Series part of Team NXT. Damian Priest, making his Rumble debut, I believe. The Hurricane was in the Royal Rumble as well, being number 23. And the big shock to everybody was Christian was medically cleared. Christian was in the Royal Rumble. Him and Edge had a fantastic moment where Edge looked like he was going to break down. They had a hug. Amazing moment. Couldn't be any more fucking happy for Christian. I know him and, Orton had that unsanctioned match on Raw last year, but to see him in an actual match again, it's unreal. So hopefully maybe this opens the door for some more matches. Would love to see a possible Edge and Christian tag team title run, maybe, if they're possible. I don't know, but yeah, it was fantastic to see Christian back. Seth Rollins, of course, as well, returning at number 29. So yeah, very fun Rumble match. I thought Daniel Bryan looked excellent. Him and Riddle, by the way, were beating the fuck out of each other. They were laying their shit in. Nakamura, I thought looked really good in his performance. Wasn't a fan of him being eliminated by Baron Corbin, though. Really wasn't too sure about that. Kane was in the match. He just absolutely went apeshit and just eliminated a handful of guys. Him and Daniel Bryan had a pretty funny Team Hell No moment as well. So, yeah. Overall, another fun Rumble match. No complaints about me from me. I thought it was enjoyable. Randy Orton, actually, I forgot to mention it, when him and Edge started, got injured because immediately Edge attacked Orton during his entrance. They brawled at ringside. Edge, you know, smashed his leg in with the chair, so Orton was injured and taken out of the match at the very beginning, and then at the very end, you know, when it came down to it, Edge was the last man in the ring. Everyone thought Edge was the winner, but when it came down to it, Orton hit an RKO and Edge out of nowhere, went to throw Edge back out, but then Edge reversed it, threw Randy Orton out, and Edge was declared the winner of the Royal Rumble. And Edge once again wins the Royal Rumble exactly 11 years to the day he won his first Royal Rumble in 2010. So, wow, talk about history. That's pretty awesome to say, you know, that you've won 2 Royal Rumbles on exactly the same date. So, you know, I love Edge. I'm happy for him, but honestly, I don't know why he won the Rumble. If it's him and Orton again for the title, I don't care really. Even him and McIntyre, it's a fresh match, but I wouldn't want to see Edge win that match, honestly. I want to see McIntyre retain. So I don't really know why Edge won. I fully believe this should have been the year for Daniel Bryan. I know, you know, everyone said that for years, you know, in 2014, 2015, but I truly believe this year should have been Daniel Bryan's victory. He should have won and challenged Roman Reigns. Obviously, that match could still happen, but I really do think this should have been Daniel Bryan's victory. I don't really see what benefit it is to have Edge win it, but we'll see how it goes. Obviously, it's, you know, to further his story and kind of elevate his comeback story, coming back from his injury and everything. So I'm pretty sure that's what they're going to go with, but I don't know. I wasn't a fan of Edge winning it, but it is what it is. What can you do? As long as hopefully it can maybe still get Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns WrestleMania, I'm not going to complain, but like I said, I don't know. I don't really want to see Edge competing for the championship at WrestleMania, but that's just me personally. And yeah, what you gonna do? But yeah, it is what it is. And overall, I thought the Royal Rumble was a very fun pay-per-view. I thought it was a great way to start off the year for WWE. Definitely was a great way to kick off the road to WrestleMania. I thought it was a great show. You know, you had a great last man standing match with Kevin Owens and Roman Reigns. You know, the opener with McIntyre and Goldberg was exactly what it should have been. We had 2 fun Royal Rumble matches, so nothing really to complain about if you ask me. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys did, please feel free to leave a like below. And of course, next time, I'll see you guys, and thank you guys for watching the video.